I done been around this world, you can't think with me. Oh, you a wannabe, I'm what they wanna be. A well-adjusted free thinker, that's autonomy. That means I make my own decisions, boy, what do you do? I could spend a week or two out in Honolulu, and I ain't got $1 billion, but I got a screw loose to the people that see the world just like the news do. Why you stunting on the block? You can invest that money, get funded by life is hard, but you won't change it.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
On the other side for the Rams, it's Sean McVay. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. Off the bootleg, here's McCarthy. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first on the road here in L.A. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Rams down for their first possession. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Let's go now.
At the 34-yard line.
19, ready.
Operating from the gun. Waters. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. That is caught. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
16 yards. That's good for a Rams first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Off the bootleg. Waters. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Balled it to 26. 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Johnny Lions.
Off the play fake. Waters. And he's got his and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown. Puka Nacua, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Rams are an extra point away from drawing level. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done.
Stop the run. Stop the run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop the run.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Gets past one man.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Rams are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
At the 50-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Off play action. Waters. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 76. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Hut, hut.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and here's Gibbs.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Back to throw. Waters. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have the Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Let's go
First
now.
and 10 at the 11-yard
60
line.
Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready?
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He finds his man complete. That's Perez. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this 3rd drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's a tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
32. First down, Vikings.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Russell.
McCarthy's pass
Will go down as a gain of 6. And that'll make it 2nd down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Up the middle they go. Russell. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
6-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Russell. Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to move back in front.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way. Following the fumble recovery, Waters. From left side, it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
First down.
A gain of 32 that time.
4-yard line.
76, go!
Looking to throw. Waters. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
Get it!
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Offside. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Aubrey now for the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Makes the score Rams 17.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
14.
And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
McCarthy off the play fake.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
Man, and he hits him in stride. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's McCarthy. He'll try and do this himself.
Oh, he sheds himself free. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First down, Minnesota.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
On first down, Russell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
On play action, McCarthy.
He finds his man, complete. That's Russell. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
3 on the play. And the Vikings first down.
On play action, now McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll wind up getting 9 after taking it and running, so it'll leave them with second and a yard.
38-yard line.
Let's go now.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Russell. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
First down, Vikings.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Second down and 4.
In motion comes the tight end left.
Throwing is McCarthy.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run on first down. Russell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Here we go, Shaq. 6
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Russell. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Pitch and catch there good for 13. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
Now McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to throw that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. J.J. McCarthy. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Rams offense and Puka Nacua are ready to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal. They'll certainly have the green light here. And that one will fall incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Come on, go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going to be taken in here by Nacua. And he's got this down to the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So a tight one so far, 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hansen in our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 14 is here, the final 5 weeks of the regular season. Teams jockeying for position. Let's get after it. Our tour around the NFL starts now at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. The Bengals at home to take on the Texans. And this is Tank Dell. He's going to look this one in, and he'll take it from there. It's a 59-yard touchdown. The Texans had to work for it, but they win it by a field goal. Why don't we go over to Charm City now? Check in on the Ravens as they host the Denver Broncos. And here's the running back for the visiting team. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Broncos took care of business. They win it by 5. One more to show you. Let's go to Philadelphia. It's the Eagles hosting the New York Giants. And this is Devontae Smith. They put a lot of trust in him, and it's well placed. This, one of 3 touchdowns for him in the game. The Eagles win their 3rd straight game as they get the victory today. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. In the game you're watching, not much to separate these two sides through 2 quarters, a 1-point game at the half. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
These offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Vikings offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. To the air with McCarthy.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake.
McCarthy. He'll try to pick it up himself.
Able to find a lot of empty space there. Picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain.
21 yards. And the Vikings 1st down.
Up the middle they go. It's Russell. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 now.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down. And 9 yards to go.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. Looking to put a drive together.
Turnover on downs.
Let's go.
They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And some nifty running here as they take this across midfield and down to the 47.
And the Rams 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Off play action. Waters. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off the bootleg. Waters.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's another Rams 1st down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Off the play fake. Waters.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 10-yard line.
Again, he'll drop the throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the Rams are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Rams, first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here we go. Ready?
Off play action. Waters. This will be caught at about the 5. Only a yard of the completion. It's second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Zay Flowers, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Rams have taken the lead here this third quarter. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2.
The Rams will
look to throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 131 yards rushing for him so far as this terrific season continues here. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
To Justin Jefferson. A gain of 12. First down, Minnesota.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
The Vikings, first down.
Back to throw. McCarthy. It's complete. And I think the ball's out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, they're going to get a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's played well all year long as he enters the home stretch of the season as the NFL leader in touchdown passes. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Build the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
We're trying to keep that lead.
Exactly.
8 yards to go.
From the gun on third down, Waters. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Ready?
They go play action here on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Perez. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
1 yard gain.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And that is incomplete. Credit Jaquan Brisker. He got a hand on that and knocked it free. Here comes the Rams punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And it's fielded at the 34. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring it down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Off the play fake. McCarthy. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Complete to Addison on the out route. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Russell. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Down at the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Off play action. McCarthy.
Completes this to Addison out left.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 12-yard line.
1st down, Vikings.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he will find his man on the outside. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. The Rams
from the gun, they'll try to run it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 11. And a Rams first down. First and 10 at the 47.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Come on, come on.
Back to throw. Waters. He finds his man. Complete. It's Perez. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10.
16-yard line.
On the jet sweep, here comes Puka. On this one, they may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
A loss of 2 brings
Here's
up
second down.
12 at the Vikings 18-yard line.
Looking to throw. Waters. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset.
What can they come up with here? It's 3rd and 7.
Back to throw. Waters. And that will be incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed to play off exactly right.
So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down 31-28. A minute 51 on the clock. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6.
It's 3rd down. And 6.
Back to throw.
To go.
And this one is incomplete.
They've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 7-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Jameer Gibbs with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams will add to their 4th quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep If they close this game out, just a few snaps remaining, they can't relax just yet.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Vikings 28.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Operating from the gun.
McCarthy. That's caught by Addison.
McCarthy's pass complete to number 3, Jordan Addison. A gain of 7. 1st down.
And they get up on it quickly and spike it with just a little over 50 seconds to go.
Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10. To the air again, McCarthy. Completes this to Jefferson. This definitely 4th down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Here's McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Bosa on the stop. A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So the LA Rams with a victory here, and a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Rams, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.